What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Priscilla, and in this video I am going to be answering some frequently asked questions. So these are questions that I've got asked here on YouTube or on my Instagram, and they include when I'm getting married, which is the most frequently asked, ever, fashion school, fabrics, and a few bits here and there. If you'd like to hear what these questions are as well as my answer, keep watching. If this is your first time watching any of my videos and seeing me, welcome. There's a seat over there, and over there. Take one, take several if you would like. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. If you are an OG, welcome back. Thank you for joining us again on this one, and without further ado, let's jump straight into this video. La, 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 la. First one is, when are you getting married? So this one particular question I've been asked everywhere, and even like when I catch up with friends, they always go, have you set a wedding date yet? Where are you guys getting married? And I'm like, guys, calm down. Like you all really need to chill. So the thing is, because I'm Nigerian, you usually have a traditional wedding, and I'm Catholic Christian, so I want to also have a church wedding. So we've split the two occasions into two, and we're thinking about doing one far apart from the other one, so we have enough time to plan and save and just be prepared. So the first one is definitely the traditional, which will be in Nigeria. I should be going back home by God's grace within the next year and just have that done and sorted. I'm actually really scared because Nigerian weddings are known to be very lavish, very over the top, very big. You cannot just escape it. So part of me is excited, part of me is slightly nervous because I know how those parties can be, but I'm happy and grateful all the same. The white one might be here in London or in Luxembourg, where my fiance's parents live. We haven't really decided solidly yet, but we know we want it to be a summer wedding so we can have a lot of people travel in if they want to. But yeah, there you go guys. A date is somewhere in the making. If we are certain about everything, we will let you know. There are just some things that we need to like figure out first before we officially come out and say, okay, you know what, this is the day, this is the month, and this is the time. So the next question goes like this. Hi, nice work. Where do you get all those lovely Ankara fabrics? So I usually get my fabrics either at Shepherd's Bush Market, along Gold Hawk Road, or at Walthamstow Market. I've done the fabric haul where I went to Walthamstow. Like if you want to get dirt cheap fabrics, like Walthamstow is the place to go. Fabrics for as cheap as £1, 50p. That is the place to go. The third place I get my Ankara fabrics, I get them online from a store called Middlesex website. So the next question goes like this. I just started my portfolio and I wanted to know what you did for your portfolio just to guide me in mine. I know there are different requirements based on the university you are going to. So portfolio making is something that usually happens as part of every fashion design course, because you need to have a portfolio that goes along with a collection. So it's like a way, it's like the manual for a machine. That's like how I see fashion portfolios. So I do have two. I have two and a half. I have one that is not really portfolio exactly, but I have them all digitally online. I would link it down below. And back then in uni, there were certain things that you had to have in your portfolio. You had to have your concept, which was your original idea. It could be a thing, a person, a trend. It had to be like a core thing that you had to research for the duration of the project. So your concept had to be there, the trends you were considering, the colors that you'd be working with, the silhouettes, the fabrics, your mood board, because your mood board is the one thing that when someone looks at, they should be able to feel what you're feeling when you were designing the collection. So mood board, and then you talk of design development, you talk of your lineup. So there are certain things that must, I say must because when they were grading our books back then, like when they were grading our portfolios, those were some of the criteria that they used. So I would just list them again. You had to have mood board, color board, fabric board, a trend board, silhouette board. You had to have your concept properly defined and researched, because from that research concept you could get textures that you could work with and experiment with, and you could make samples from, and from those samples you develop garments that would end up in your lineup of 6 looks, 12 looks, 56 looks, however big your collection is going to be. Okay, so next question goes like this. Hi Priscilla, I trust you're well. I have followed you for a while now, and I must say I'm inspired by your dedication towards your passion. Oh, thank you. I want to ask this. I just sounded very British. I want to ask this. Can I learn how to sew just from YouTube if I don't have someone personally teaching me? I want to get my own machine and start to learn and sew things for myself, but I needed to know this first. So I think sewing is a skill just like driving and cooking, and it varies from person to person. Some people pick up skills very quickly. All they need to do is read books and watch videos, and they somehow are able to manage and develop their skills. Some people require other people to show them. So everyone learns differently. And I think you have to sort of figure out what kind of a learner you are. I know for one, I kind of like to see I like to see you show me how to, like, I think that's why I went to fashion school. I like to see people like demonstrate stuff, because then it sticks in my memory for longer. So there are a lot of popular self-made fashion designer. Tom Brown is one of them. Like, these are people that didn't like have elaborate fashion schooling years, but they did very well for themselves. So I think you have to, one, figure out what kind of learner you are, and then if you know you're the kind of person that would pick up things very quickly, all you need to do is basically buy books, buy a sewing machine, watch YouTube videos, and continue to make things for yourself. It might start out not very nicely. The finishing of your clothes might not be very great, but like any skill, the more you do it, the sort of better you become. So the next question is, hi Kim, can you recommend a good sewing school in Southeast? So I don't know if this person means Southeast London or Southeast Nigeria or Southeast West Africa, but I'm just going to work with London because that's where I am right now. So Southeast to be I think Lewisham, Deptford, Greenwich. I believe that's the Southeast sort of region. And the one school I know there is Ravensbourne. Am I saying it right? Ravensbourne. I think some people from my class, like when they were switching from foundation to BA, actually went on to study there. So that's one school that has a good fashion course. The other one is Fashion Antidote. I believe is somewhere around Whitechapel. Yes, I think. And the third one is University of East London. Yeah, I think those three schools have fashion courses, and you're in the southeast of London. So the last question goes like this. Hey Kim, I really loved your whole process and the final look. Have you done the whole design process digitally or by hand? I believe this question was asked beneath my portfolio video. Usually the way I work is I like to draw by hand first, sort of sketch out rough designs, even if it's just part of a garment. I always like to do it by hand, because when I draw by hand, I sort of have the freedom to make things bigger, smaller, and when I use pencils, I can just easily erase off parts I don't want and continue along the way. So because we live in a digital world, everything is digitalized now. If you don't know how to design, if you don't know how to use Illustrator, you kind of have to learn it. It's not a must, but it just gives you an edge over everyone else that is a fashion designer. So after doing things digitally by hand, I like to go ahead and draw on Illustrator. Sometimes I leave these illustrations on my Instagram, or I put them at the beginning of my sewing tutorials, because it just helps whoever is looking at the video know, okay, so this is what the finished product is going to be like. I kind of know what I'm here for. So I believe those are all my questions. If you have any more questions, please ask them down below. If you have any suggestions, any ideas, or you just want to say hi, you can say hi down below too. I would quickly like to shout out these two girls who sort of recreated my designs, and I felt so humbled just sort of having them reach out to me and show me what they did. So the first girl is called Sophie Promise, and she recreated this sort of boxy crop top that I made with a circle skirt. I think I did this earlier this year, and she reached out on Instagram and showed her work to me. I was like, oh, you just made my day, honey. You just really made my day. So well done, babe. That was a really fab job. She like got everything right. I was like, that is so cool. So the second girl is called Lisa Smith, and she actually left this picture on my Facebook page, which is called Kim Dave Videos. And she recreated, you know that waterfall bomber jacket I made? I used two fabrics in different colors. She recreated hers, and I was like, girl, like the fabric she chose. Like, seriously, guys, like, well done. Honestly, well done. If you do any recreations or you just make amazing clothing, it doesn't even have to be very high end. The fact that you are making something is inspiring someone else, and that is just really, really amazing. So please tag me if you recreate any of my works, or you just want me to, I don't know, say job well done for being so awesome and for being so creative. Please tag me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, even here on YouTube, please, and I would love to see your amazing journeys so far. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you are new on the channel and you aren't subscribed already, please subscribe. And on to my next video. Keep being creative. Have a good morning, afternoon, and evening wherever you are.